Welcome to the John Ligato Show. I'm John Ligato.
Many of these people followed a scary progression from passionate but peaceful to ultra-violent.
A sovereign is an individual that interprets the Constitution of the United States differently. Sovereigns believe essentially that the United States government is not a legitimate government, but is a corporation.
Here we have a sovereign citizen at a public library during the height of COVID. He refuses to wear a mask because it's not a law. It's not a law based on the Constitution, but it is a state mandate. Okay, look, I was not a big mask guy, but as the officer tries to tell Mr. Sovereign, if you want your copies made, put the mask on and head out. Now, here's a classic Sov citizen and First Amendment auditor BS. It's the loyalty test, basically asking the cop if he's violating his oath by enforcing a state mandate. It's similar to the question, do you still beat your wife?
You have to wear a mask. There's a governor's mandate, sir.
Okay, but that's not law.
Okay.
And did you or did you not swear an oath to the Constitution, or did you swear an oath to the government?
Can I ask you a question? So we can cut through all of this. Is this really worth it to go through all of this for 4 pieces of paper when you can just put a face covering on?
Isn't it crazy that I'm being discriminated against?
There's a way to handle this. You can just wear a face covering or you can leave, sir.
You know, this police officer should be the model for all cops dealing with Sov citizens and First Amendment auditors. He very calmly provides the option minus any extraneous explanations and no need to defend his authority.
You don't have any stripes on your arm.
No, I'm a police officer, sir.
Okay, do you have a sergeant that I can speak with?
Sure. Let's go outside and you can speak to a sergeant. I'll call one for you because they don't want you in the building,
I'd
sir.
like to stand here and just wait for the...
No, sir. You need to wear a face covering or you need to leave. I'm not going to go through this whole thing that you can put on YouTube.
It has nothing to do with putting it on YouTube. This
Sir,
is actually me recording and documenting.
Can you please wear a face covering or can you leave? Because those are your two options. You can wear a face covering or you can leave.
Okay, would you trespass me?
Yes, I can, and I will. And I don't want to do that because it's 4 pieces of paper.
Well, actually, that's what I would like. I would like for you to trespass me so I can have the documents, so I can come in.
Do you have your ID?
I don't ID unless I commit a crime.
Okay, well, you're trespassing. That's a crime.
That's not a crime.
It is.
No, it's a statutory violation.
Why do we need to go down this route? Just wear a face covering or
Why
leave.
is it that whenever I talk about my rights, my constitutional rights, you want to...
So here's your...
to step over...
I'm going to give you an opportunity, okay? Because your constitutional rights and your argument standing right here is actually going to get you in handcuffs and arrested. Okay. So here's your options.
Put in jail?
I will take you to jail if you'd like.
You'll take me to jail if I like?
Yes. Or you can just wear a face covering
You understand
or leave.
that I'm American state national?
I don't, sir.
So
whatever imaginary thing that you think that you don't have to follow laws, that's your prerogative.
The rhetoric of a sovereign is very important from an officer safety standpoint. You'll hear a lot that I'm a free man of the land.
I am
Then
protected
shush,
by the land.
shush.
Do not tell me to shut up! I am the living natural man, and my voice will be heard.
God is my authority, and He is the only sovereign there is.
Goodbody, a Riverside resident, believes there's too much regulation in government. So he's taken his fight to the road, where all of us spend a lot of time. But Goodbody travels without registration, without a license, and without insurance.
Insurance is a scam.
Knowing police will pull him over,
A couple cameras already running.
he's ready with a camera.
Okay, do you have any identification on you?
No, I don't carry identification. I follow God's law. You know about God? How He gave us this planet?
Are you going to wear a face covering or not,
The
sir?
Constitution states...
Sir, are you going to put on a face covering or not?
You know what, how about if I step outside and I'll wait for your sergeant to get here? So
Let's
we can
go.
clear this up?
Let's head right outside.
Government entities, which in this case is a library, have the same rights as private owners to control their property. In this case, there is a state mandate to wear a mask, and the Supreme Court has upheld that right in several court cases in which they allow local government latitude to enforce state or city laws. In this case, the mask is for public health. The bottom line is at this point, it'll be a simple misdemeanor trespassing. But will the Google sovereign attorney escalate it to a criminal trespass? I don't know. What do you think?
Because now I'm leaving because I was threatening.
Okay.
You were going to arrest me.
Yeah, I will. If you refuse to leave, I will arrest you. There's no threat. That's going to happen.
And the trespass was because what?
Because you're not wearing a face covering.
And that's a criminal offense?
They can ask you to leave or refuse service to you, sir.
That's a criminal offense.
The criminal offense is that they've asked you to leave. If you refuse to do so, that's trespassing.
Criminal would mean that I would actually...
And that's fine. That's, you can...
So your definition...
You know what? I'm wrong. You know everything. I don't know anything. Let's go outside.
Of course not.
Okay.
Sounds like somebody needs to be schooled a little bit.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well, I'm glad that you picked a library to have this argument.
You know what's funny is that it's a public place.
Okay.
I'm walking in public.
That's fine.
Okay,
You're
can
right.
you call your sergeant?
Yeah, let's go outside and I'll call him. I'm not going to argue semantics. Let's go. Outside. Okay.
There you go. So,
You want him trespass where he can't come back? Okay. So you're going to need to provide your ID, sir, because I'm going to fill out a trespass.
I'll give you my name.
Okay, that's fine.
Stephen McMillan.
Steven, you're going to have to spell that last name for me.
McMillan. McMillan.
There you go.
And I'd also like for you to get the names of these individuals that ended up calling.
Do you spell Steven with a V or a PH?
V.
What's your birthday, sir?
I don't need a birthday.
Okay, I'm going to give you another opportunity to think this over. Because right now what's happening, you're being trespassed from this building. In order for me to issue you a trespass card, you have to identify yourself by your name and date of birth or your social security number or your ID.
I told you my name.
I need your date of birth as well, sir. Okay. Were you born here in New Mexico?
I don't answer any more questions.
Okay. All right, sir. So what's going to happen is you're going to be trespassed from this building.
Oh yeah, I love that.
You're not allowed to come back, including the parking lot. So when we conclude here, you're going to have to leave.
Oh, of course.
Okay?
But I want that trespass.
Okay, you're not going to get the trespass card. They are, because you're being advised and given a trespass warning.
There's no tip. No, so
You're not being criminally
warning.
cited. No.
Exactly. So this isn't crime. Look, I didn't commit a crime, and you're over here trying to trespass me. You see that?
You're trespassing because they're asking you to leave.
I know, but just because they're asking me to leave doesn't mean...
My suggestion is you would need to talk to the city manager and the mayor because they said
I would like to talk to your sergeant.
Okay. When we're done here?
No, it's not when we're done. I would like to speak to him before we're done.
No. You can talk. You can walk across the street and ask for the sergeant.
So now you're refusing.
Yeah.
All right, two things happened here in the last minute. The cop brilliantly got the guy to leave by promising he'd call his supervisor. He gets the sovereign citizen outside, and the sovereign citizen demands that he call his supervisor, saying, as an officer, you're refusing to call your supervisor when requested. The cop brilliantly but calmly replies,
yeah, I am.
I don't know how the sovereign citizens and First Amendment auditors somehow believe it's the policy that once they request a supervisor that the officer or the FBI agent has any requirement of calling them. They don't.
So it's not your policy when somebody that you are talking to...
First name Stephen, last name McMillan, M-A-C-M-I-L-L-E-R.
I'm an American state national. You understand the difference between American state national
I don't care whatever imaginary thing you believe in.
It's not imaginary.
That's fine, man.
It's not
whatever American thing that says you don't have to follow the rules or whatever, that's cool, man.
It's our sovereignty right that we don't have to abide by mandatory dictatorial laws.
You're not Rosa Parks.
You're not Rosa Parks. Ouch.
We'll wait here now.
No, you're gonna go wait on the. When I finish identifying you, you're gonna wait on the sidewalk. You cannot be on the property. You're being trespassed. I'm telling you right now.
Well, I'm waiting to speak to the sergeant.
You can wait on the sidewalk. You cannot wait here.
You can't just kick me off of here.
Yes, I can. I'm gonna kick you off, sir.
Well, we finally got an officer who knows the law, states the law, and then acts on the law. The John Ligato Show is being broadcast from outside the gates of Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune in beautiful North Carolina. If you like what you saw today, hit subscribe and like. Semper Fidelis.